This administration is going to fix that one by one. We're fixing it one by one, one by one.
MJ Truth Ultra posts, "Holy shizzles. The newly declassified Durham annex uncovered by burn bags reveal an email from Leonard Bernardo, deputy director of George Soros' Open Society Foundations." This is a smoking gun suggesting that George Soros' team, including Bernardo, knew of the Clinton plan for the Russiagate hoax 4 days before the FBI officially opened the probe, also implying Obama, Brennan, and Comey were aware as well. Basically, what we have here is proof of a conspiracy, finally, concerning Russiagate. To me, one of the most damning pieces of information revealed is in this section, which I'll quote. Brennan's handwritten notes stated, in part, "We're getting additional insight into Russian activities that cite alleged approval by Hillary Clinton on 26th of July of a proposed plan from one of her foreign policy advisors to vilify," this is the key word, vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal, claiming Russian interference by the Russian security services. So this is a note from Brennan that uses these words in these terms. This is absolutely explosive. And all of this was authorized for release by Chairman Grassley. Chuck Grassley, the Iowa-based U.S. Senator who's always telling us about how to grow corn. Recall there's a 17 post, Trust Grassley, presented as post 2445, as well as a single statement, Trust Grassley, post 2274. Likewise, there is post 4952, single statement Durham, and today's release is the declassified Durham annex. So what does this term mean? Durham annex? Using AI assistance, Durham annex refers to a newly declassified appendix to the John Durham's 2023 Special Counsel report, which was made public by Senate Judiciary Committee Chuck Grassley. This appendix contains additional information and insights into the investigations related to the origins of the Russia investigation, specifically focusing on the actions and strategies of the Clinton campaign and other entities during the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Annex includes declassified information from the CIA, the NSA, and sheds light on how the FBI may have failed to adequately investigate intelligence reports suggesting the Clinton campaign was involved in creating the false Trump-Russia narrative for political gain. So we're going to expand on these revelations, but first I'm going to point out something to you. Yesterday, Ingersoll Lockwood posted "Time travel is fun," or remember, Ingersoll Lockwood is the cyber defense military associated website with cryptic messages hidden into the page. This time we see an egg. It leads to a song which I'll play at the end of this video. So why would they post this? Time travel is fun, or, and it really ran the numbers. Time travel is fun references post 35. This post has a previously deleted Twitter link. The user with the deleted tweet also had his account removed from Twitter. However, it has been reinstated as Inoki. The deleted post was this graphic. The graphic shows that in December of 2018, 17 posted that in 2019 push voter ID. Then 6 months later, July 3rd of 2019, President Trump posted a tweet stating voter ID and then referenced an account called @VoterIDPlease. The @VoterIDPlease account references the WGOUGA expression, which is a dual JFK 17 reference. This post "Time travel is fun" is interesting to me because a few days before, a special anon who's established credibility with me over time sent me an interesting cryptic message which I'll share with you now. Why the blockchain? Why digital currency? What does the blockchain and information secrets have to do with one another? It's not coding or cryptography. That's just a grammar. Time travel hasn't been invented because we don't need it. Why time travel when you can alter the present? Information, reality, like altering the blockchain with information. What is energy? Is energy just compiled quantum data information? Information has mass. Mass equals gravity. Manipulating gravity affects space-time. Manipulation of information on the blockchain can alter reality. Mandela effect? When did the Mandela effect start to appear? When did the blockchain start to appear? Just a coincidence. Nothing to see here. It's a very interesting comp, so to speak. And then days later, you have Ingersoll Lockwood, "Time travel is fun." Recall the previous video. Has Donald Trump transcended reality itself, scripting his narrative as maestro? Recall the White House posting "Hunter becomes the hunted," creating synchronicity with Hunter Biden going off just 10 days ago at this point. Recall people were very much up in arms about Trump trying to be avoidant regarding Epstein, but also recall that just days ago, Trump name drops former Harvard president Larry Summers.
Larry Summers, you ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place.
What does it mean to be a maestro conducting orchestra? Is it conceivable to believe that there are forces at work altering present information in reality, just like altering ledgers within the blockchain? It's maybe not so difficult or crazy to reconcile the idea that there are powers playing God, affecting the outcomes of events. Remember just days ago, we had a 8.8 magnitude earthquake off Russia, which threatened to inundate Hawaii and the west coast of California. However, the outcome was quite weak in comparison to what was expected. I'm not saying this is all connected or that humans are directly manipulating a sequence of events by manipulating gravity itself. But I do recall the Gematria sports guy who would always claim that sporting outcomes are often drawn to tell stories that are done by the numbers. And now we have a previously classified portion of the Durham report that just pops up out of the blue, completely confirming actual conspiracy to muddy Trump's presidency with a Russia connection. Legit treason by all counts. So now let's look a little bit closer at these revelations. I'll be referring to a thread by the Quantum Party. On page 11 of the document, it's revealed that Hillary Clinton approved Julia, the campaign advisor's idea about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections, and that the purpose was to distract people from her missing emails. C3 exposes that Leonard is the current senior vice president of George Soros's Open Society Foundation. Sourcing a quote from page 9, Julie says it will be a long-term affair to demonize Putin and Trump. Now is good for a post-convention bounce. Later, FBI would put more oil into the fire. So I'll say this is probably one of the most explosive statements revealed so far. Russia, Russia, Russia was all many of us heard for 3 to 4 years during Trump's first term. It's just so astounding we have the Clinton campaign advisor predicting the future about how FBI will put more oil into the fire. You wonder, who is Julie? The account C3 believes it is Julian Smith, states that she somehow has been largely hidden during the 10-year Russiagate investigation. This person has a Twitter account where it stated that she was a former NATO ambassador, former Department of National Security advisor to Vice President Biden, and former OSD policy wonk. Quantum points out that the Clinton campaign involved FBI-affiliated cybersecurity firms for narrative engineering. He pulls out a quote, decided to disseminate the necessary information through the FBI-affiliated attic-based technical structures, the CrowdStrike and ThreatConnect companies. From page 8, this is direct language of orchestration of conspiracy. States during the first stage of the campaign, due to the lack of direct evidence, it was then decided to disseminate the necessary information through the FBI-affiliated structures. So a plan was put in place to use specific packets of information to specific FBI-affiliated entities because there wasn't direct evidence of Trump's involvement with Russia. Quantum points out agents said that they were tiptoeing around HRC on FISA warrant. And the exact language includes they were tiptoeing around HRC because there was a good chance she would be the next president. You get more detail. Everyone was more careful and scared with the big name involved, that being Hillary Clinton. Grok supports this, stating this hesitation is supported by a 2018 DOJ Inspector General report on FISA abuses, which noted delays in warrant applications when politically sensitive individuals were involved, suggesting a pattern of institutional bias rather than isolated incidents. And then we have Clinton's direct approval. Information obtained from the extremely left-biased Soros Foundation. Clinton approved a plan of her policy advisor, Juliana Smith, to smear Donald Trump by magnifying the scandal tied to intrusion by the Russian special services in the pre-election process to benefit the Republican candidate. So both Juliana and Hillary are in big trouble. However, we never heard of this. We're just hearing this now in 2025, when this could have been added to the report that came out in 2023. Obama briefed on Clinton's Russia hoax plan. Brennan, notes reveal, Director Brennan briefed Obama and Biden DNI Clapper, Comey, and other officials regarding the Russia interference efforts, as well as a plan by Clinton campaign citing approval by Hillary Clinton to vilify Donald Trump by stirring up a scandal claiming Russian interference. So all of these people need to be before Congress. Brennan, Obama, Biden, Clapper, Comey, they all need to be before Congress answering to this. Grand juries. All the way back then, the FBI did determine that the source intelligence about collusion was not credible, but the FBI took no investigative action. It is mentioned there are multiple levels of hearsay, exaggeration, editorialization, translation errors. So that thread by Quantum covered the main points. How massive this is not lost on commentator Tim Pool. It's very massive. Debbie Wasserman Schultz has some questions to answer. With recent events, you gotta wonder, what is Ingersoll Lockwood going for with this quote from 17 about time travel being fun? Why did my source mention the Mandela effect? Is it possible that President Trump had direct knowledge of post 4577, which listed various individuals, including Larry Summers, the old Epstein list? A reality driven by the numbers? We learned something about Ingersoll Lockwood and the Space Force. We're told by 17 in post 2222 to consider the vastness of space in answering the question, are we alone? However, Ingersoll says, space is closer than you think. Knock, knock. You believe in coincidence?
History's page just begun.